Reggae Interviews. Word sound power.
It's a Sunday evening here up in the hills in St Anne's. We're in a very spiritual place, both in terms of the people, its natural beauty. This is the Garden Parish of Jamaica. I'm really excited about the brand new album that our very special guest Chezidek has just released with Irie Ites Records out of France. Chezidek, welcome.
Blessings, 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 my brother. Give thanks, man.
Well, we give thanks to you for the time talking to Reggae Interviews about this brand new album. It's a joy, it's an honour, because the last time we actually spoke was probably almost a decade ago.
Yeah, long time. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's a great joy, man. Nice to have you here again, man. Vibes. Yes, sir.
Well, look, I need to first of all start by saying congratulations to both yourself and Irie Ites on the new album that's just been released, Never Stop. It's a strong start to 2023. We had an amazing performance down at Rebel Salute. Some thoughts from yourself on the new album?
Yeah, it's a great vibes, man. You know, Chezidek and Irie Ites is a team for many decades now.
True.
A long time we are linked. And we put in some good works too. And remember, we have this big hit, Bondi Ganja, Irie Ites production, plus other songs we reach far all over the world, even in the Caribbean, as French producers, you know what I mean? And we grow too, because Irie Ites, a friend of my youth, we link up and we know each other, and, you know, early stages at Chezidek same way, so it's a good vibes. If you see we reach here now where we can, you know, deliver this project to the whole world, and yeah, reggae music strong.
Of course. Now, some of my earliest memories of your first recordings with Irie Ites were a song called No Frighten Me.
Yeah.
Memories of that song?
Yeah, man. Them not frighten me. Them not frighten me. A big tune, man. Because you know the thing going on. You know, in a them place here, you know, Jamaica. You know how it go around here, so sometimes we have to let go them sound there to make them know, say, Rasta strong same way, and, you know, we stand firm, regardless of all who are going round with. And then, you know, Chezidek, as a singer, you know, when I put my lyrics them together, you know, we always try to be real, like the real thing them we are going, you know, we put them in our music. So that song is a vibes like that, you know.
Share with our viewers today, how did you actually first make that connection with Irie Ites out of France?
I watch it with them in a studio. Or, you know, Prezident Brown studio, we used to hang out, because Prezident Brown are the leading artists, as roots culture artists for we in a center and in a watch area. You know what I mean? So Brown always a tour, long time. So, you know, enough of them bridging, they always come to Prezident Brown studio and link we up. You know what I mean? Them youth, they was searching for, you know, something to make them production work. You know what I mean? And them found us, me and Lorenzo and our next virgin. You know what I mean? And Lorenzo still at work too. Yeah, because he's a talented youth. And we have a collab too on the album too. You know what I mean? It's a great vibes, man. This album gonna be big, I think. Yeah.
Well, I think, you know, judging by the first single that was released, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes, it's definitely a very powerful set of works. I mean, you've done so much work with Irie Ites. I mean, I'm thinking of things like the Powers of the Lion on the Borderline rhythm, Better Not on the Zion rhythm, the Friday Night on the Soulful Spirit. This new album, 13 tracks and 5 dubs. The lead single, Dem No Worry, it's a song about bad mind, haters.
Right, in the midst of all them corruption there and distraction there, you know what I mean? So, as we were saying before, you know, that's the things that we face day to day, you know, with daily experiences, you know what I mean, and encounters with the forces. We just put them in them songs there, you know what I mean? Because we know people are going through the same thing, so that's why them always can relate to our music too, you know, because we are singing what people feel and I live, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, a fire we are born in a our way, you know what I mean? Yes, I. True.
Well, look, I mean, I think that, you know, that single itself has been doing some great things over the past few weeks. The video, that seemed like it was recorded up in the hills where we are right now.
Right up here, so in a Chezidek Skybar.
Okay.
Up in the hills, in the sky, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's a big song, you know? That's a big song. Yeah, man. Because I know the big song, they sing a lot of songs, you know, but some of the songs, them, you can feel them from early. I know, so that one there. And you're seeing the response of the people in the internet all over, you know. Yeah, man.
I mean, I think to me it kind of seems like the world is kind of calling out for roots music, and what you deliver on this album is exactly that.
Well, you know, so Chezidek come to revive the music and keep the music flowing, you know, as a revivalist, you know. You know what I mean? Because them say reggae dead. And like, even maybe like 2 decades now, or no, maybe a decade now or less, in Jamaica, reggae music not really so strong. You only have one reggae show going, and you usually used to have a lot of reggae shows and enough new reggae artists. You don't have a lot of new reggae artists about reggae. Reggae is not like the main music in Jamaica now. You know, the parties them every day. Because I'm a promoter, I keep dance and then something there. So, me that dance, reggae hardly play. Some selector will play reggae early before nobody come. Nobody know that the party them, so.
Right.
Yeah, so the youths them don't really grow up on, this a generation of youths them don't really grow up on reggae music much, you know. Yeah, them grow up on more the hype music, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Cause I would even call it dancehall, because dancehall have many different meaning to it, you know, so you can't just call it dancehall, but the hype music or the current music where run the place now, most of the youth them grow up on this generation of youth, so them don't really feel reggae music that much. So I don't know if it seems like a slow old something to them or what, but they don't feel reggae music at all. See, but one thing me know, and me prove that even with my music, when you have a strong message where we can reach them, it no matter which rhythm it a sing pan, whether dancehall, reggae, or hip hop, or trap, or whatever, when you say strong, it get across, you know. So, but true, reggae music is my heartbeat, you know. I Chezidek is a reggae artist, that's what I am, you know. Roots artist. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't fit me for you to hear me sing some other little thing and do. Me have to stay in a just set and I. Because my music is of the most I still, you know, even do, regardless of how I might put the lyrics and do it, it a forward from a righteous foundation. As a Rasta man, my music is that are the root of my music. It a come from righteousness. You know what I mean? You know, you have a tree, I have branches, and you know, but the root is the root. So I stick to the root still. So my music not really so much known or loved or respected, or maybe, I don't know, in Jamaica now, just some songs, some people might know some of my songs, and you know, some people might know my name or whatever. But there are places where my music more connect. More people attract to my music in some places than other places. And not only in Jamaica, we have, even when we go to America, you have some places in America that
have a stronger connection
than some.
Yeah.
You see me, some places then they don't know me. They don't know me. So some places the vibe strong. So, and I saw reggae music stay alive, and I could have tried to change my style, you know. Because remember, we grew up in we have dancehall, we have reggae, we have hype music, we have all kind of music. Me used to do them things when I was younger. My name Chillaren, when I used to voice a massive people because that's from a long time. My name Chillaren, I used to do dancehall music. So, and it's not hard, it's not a hard music for do. You see me? So I could have changed my style to try to fit in
the current trends.
The current trend to try make me popular more. I didn't do that because I don't feel that. Because I don't mean that. I just stay in my roots in the scene. And sometimes it feel like you're not even an artist. Yeah, sometimes it feel like we're not artists. We just something else, we just there. But it good, and it pays off when you can stand firm and hold on to what you really believe in and deal with. So here I am. We do the same thing, and we'll always be doing this. Yes. You know what I mean?
It's one thing that's really interesting though is that, you know, you were just talking about rhythms. On this new album, Irie Ites have kind of like licked back some rhythms, the great Mr. Bassy rhythm track, the Al Campbell You Jamming rhythm, but they've kind of given it almost like a modern flex, but still maintained some of the original vibes. I can see what you're saying, that some of the younger generations don't want to listen to old or traditional reggae music, but what you have on this album is almost like a mix of a homage to the origins of the music, but with a modern day twist.
Well, that's what make Irie Ites them be some great producers, you know, because they have a vision.
Yeah.
And this music thing is a team thing, you know, it's not just a singer. And true, you probably have a voice and a name, or you're popular. That do it alone. It is a team. The producers have a vision and him come up with these ideas because him know say my vibe and my vibes. Him a work to come together and make something fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So big up Irie Ites and them thing because that is what we need to do. We need to get our ancient craft into the younger generation and find a way how to do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And still keep the culture without lose nothing. So that's why Chezidek and Irie Ites thing work.
Yeah. I mean, like the song that we just spoke about on the Mr. Basie, a song called Try. It's a really powerful song of hope, encouragement, just encouraging the youth, the people of the world, not to give up.
Never stop try, man. Never stop try. That's a song. Never stop try, man. You know, see, my life is a living testimony of these things. You know what I mean? So we just keep doing the things where we feel. You know, and as we said, the reward, we see the reward, you know. And when you love what you're doing, you know, that's one of the greatest things to, you know, do the things that you love, and because, you know what I mean, you can almost stand the test of time with that and hold it through the fire.
Yes.
And not let go and just know, so yeah. And when it's all over now, the reward is sweet. Yeah, man.
Now, you've been in the music industry now for well over 2 decades. Where does your inspiration for songwriting come from?
Well, you don't know. Everything is in creation, and there is nothing that I say which have never been said. And you see, so the Most High bless I with a sound and a melody where we can find a melody within. That natural, you know, me make that. The words them may have choices, you know, I could have said this or I could have said that, but still the foundation of Chezidek is of righteousness, so therefore everything connect to the Almighty, to the Most High, so everything come from the Almighty. You know, seeing when me look at it, some things just paint in our next color, but behind that it all boils down to the Most High Jah. And that's all I have inspiration forward from. Believe me, you know what I mean? But my daily encounters with people and animals and nature and it all, also me get inspiration. Yeah. Because most times when it's by myself, and most of the times I'm by myself, I and Jah. You know, seeing that's when I find the most inspiration, the most words. I can write a lot of songs in a short period of time. Yeah. Okay. Irie Ites can tell you that. Yeah, man. In a short period of time, because the inspiration just keep flowing. You know, words just keep coming. So maybe it was ordained. Maybe, you know, it's just a gift from the Most High. It just happened that way there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
One other song that I have to talk to you about on the new album, over a heavy version of the Great Bunny Wailer, the late and great Bunny Wailer's Rule Dancehall Rhythm. Yeah. It's a song called Murderer with the Trinidadian songstress Queen Amiga.
Yeah. Well, you know, so that song is a powerful song. That song, I recorded that song first a few years ago at Irie Ites Studio in France.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think someone else was supposed to be on that song, but it just stays there until Queen Amiga came along and she was the right one. So it just worked.
Okay.
Big up Queen Amiga, because we love the Trinidadian family, you know. The Trinidad sisters and brothers, them always show love, and we have a strong connection with the Trinidad people, you know. Yeah, it's our people.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we love them and they love us. So when we come together and do a song like this is gonna be a great thing, you know.
Yeah.
It'll be a great thing, man, because I love Trinidad. I was just there the other day, the vibes was nice, and you know what I mean? I really look into it and say, but Trinidad still, they love the roots.
Yes.
Roots music is strong in Trinidad. You still have the people love the roots. So, yeah, man. Big up Queen Amiga, man. A big song. Song I go reach far. And, you know, there's a link with Trinidad and Jamaica.
True.
That song. Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that I really love about the new album is that we've got a really good portion of new songs that we've not heard before, but then at the same time we have to have some of the classics from Chezidek and Irie Ites. So, you know, I'm thinking of obviously the big songs, you know, the Bad Out There's, the Who I Am, the Bundi Ganja. They kind of, for me, had to fit in on this album as well.
Couldn't left out Bundi Ganja, man.
Of course, man.
After me and Irie Ites, I worked for so many years and we never put out an album.
Yes.
This is the first album, Chezidek album from Irie Ites. Irie Ites could have 10 albums with Chezidek.
Wow.
Because we have worked for so much years. Yes. Most of the time when I tour, me and Irie Ites. After me leave Xterminator, most of the time is Irie Ites them we are tour with. You know what I mean? So we could have done many albums. So, and Bundi Ganja is a song we grow, you know. From that time till now, it grows and it stays, it not gone nowhere.
True.
You know, see, now Who I Am is that song surprised me sometime when I go to some places and people say, you know, I sing that.
Okay.
People love that song everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Accept me for who I am.
Yes.
It's a big song that. So, yeah man, the album have to spice up.
Yes.
After them song that is sugar in the tea. You know what I mean?
I mean, to me, it seems like Irie Ites, they seem to have a knack of reviving vintage rhythms, something that we don't see so much nowadays. I mean, we've lost a lot of producers locally over the years, you know, people like the late and great Fatis, who you did works with in the early part of your career, Bobby Digital. Why is it that producers now in Jamaica do not seem to be wanting to revive some of these old rhythms once more?
And the thing is, that is a very essential thing for Chezidek. All my big hit songs are on rhythms that they bring back.
Yes.
Leave the Trees, Inna the Road with Babikandas, Irie Ites, Bundi Ganja, and Accept Me For Who I Am, plus others. Even with Bobby Digital, some of my hit songs with Bobby Digital is rhythm that they bring forward and remix. So that is such a great thing with me. That's why me and Irie Ites have a chemistry there too, because that style works with my style in a scene. But the producers them now, we don't want to do them thing, you know. It's good, man. It make Irie Ites them become more great. If you know, say they will not do that now.
Yeah.
They will learn. They will learn down the road and say that is something we should have make use of. Yes. That is a thing we keep the vibes flowing over the years. That's a traditional thing in Jamaica where the producers bring back some rhythm.
Foundation rhythm.
Yes, foundation. That go a long time, is that now?
Yeah.
And not just now, that go a long time. From the people always bring back.
Yes, because in the 70s and 80s, Channel 1 was bringing back Studio 1 rhythms from back then. So it's been going...
Check the history. It's a tradition.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? Right now, because sometimes I produce some of my songs them too, you know. I mean, know that is a formula for me reach the people.
Yes.
Me always, when me sing pan, the bring forward with them. Hit, man. Yeah, man. Them a fight we and all them song, them, man. Yeah.
Big songs.
Yeah, man, them song.
Well, like I said to you, the new album is definitely sounding new and fresh, but it retains that traditional reggae vibe.
And that is a great thing.
Yes.
And that will make me reach some real people, the real reggae fans them. And also, them rhythm they were making at them time, you know, they make with a certain type of feeling and a certain spirit, a certain chemistry. Something was going on in that time. The musician them could have feel that vibration to do that, you know. So that is trapped in that composition, you know. So when you bring that forward, you also bring back an energy.
Yes.
You know, and that reach new people too. Because that was a strong vibes there. It's still a strong vibes now. And plus with what you add to it, with your creativity where you add to it and bring it now, it also help to reach people.
Other generations.
Yeah, because it was already in the universe out there, and you know, so it still have that power.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Straight up.
How much of an input did you have into the choice of rhythms for the new album, or was it more of a case of Irie Ites giving you certain rhythms and you selecting the ones that you kind of felt a special connection with?
Yeah, them say that bungler rhythm, man. Enough rhythm, man. Irie Ites full of rhythm, man. What? Irie Ites have the most rhythm, man. Irie Ites say enough rhythm. Sometimes I have to tell Jericho, say, send a lesser amount, so me have a lesser, because all of them I can sing for all of them. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But then sometimes you wake up in the morning and you know what I mean, something, whatever is playing, it have an effect on you throughout the day. You know what I mean? The first thing you hear are that. So sometimes I wake up early in the morning and I just play a rhythm. I play a rhythm and sometimes I skip through, cause that at the moment that one there probably no connect with me at the moment. Probably the next time of the day or whatever. You know what I mean? So some of those rhythms is like that. You know, wake up in the morning and just play something, and then the one that bring out a little melody. I hear the rhythm. Sometimes some songs you did there and you don't say a word. You enjoy the rhythm because it's music and the instrumentation is good, but nothing no come out. But sometimes you just find yourself singing something that you probably don't even think about it. You know, just maybe that is not even the song, but it start there. Because sometimes where I start is not what you hear.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because sometimes I'm there singing a song and that song, maybe that lead me to make a verse, add a verse to that, and that verse now change the entire song.
Right.
And then we end up finding another different chorus. And In the Road was like that. It was another song I was singing on that rhythm, and then but I made a verse, it lead to a song. And then, you know what I mean? I end up doing a complete different thing.
Okay.
But it start there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, so sometimes I just play the rhythm and then when I hear, I just work with what I hear and whatever I can remember. Sometimes I don't even record myself anymore. I used to do that, but sometimes I still do, but sometimes I just, anything that I remember, that is it.
That is it, okay.
I wake up and I write a lot of songs, I sing a lot of things, many things. But some of them stays in my head, some don't stay. The one that stay. Sometimes some great song go, I know would work, but it just gone. I don't remember nothing about it.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the ones that I remember, you know, are the ones that I sing. You know what I mean?
Well, look, I know it's been a long time coming, but like I said, we've got to congratulate both Irie Ites and yourself for this wonderful piece of work. 13 new songs, 5 dub songs as well. Yeah. A message to all the people that have supported and followed Chezidek throughout the years.
Well, thank you. And we'll keep the vibes flowing for you. You know what I mean? We'll never stop. And we're going to get stronger and stronger, and we have higher heights to reach with the Irie Ites.
Of course.
So, big up for yourself.
Chezidek, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. We give thanks for your time today. One love. Respect.
One love every time, man. Love every time. Blessings.
Blessings.
Reggae Interviews. Word Sound Power.